Good afternoon, folks. How you doing today? Well, it was supposed to rain today, and we were going to go to a local parade. It started sprinkling, so we put the chairs back away and decided not to go, and then the sun came out, so it's no biggie anyways. The parades around here aren't anything to write home about. There's mostly just fire trucks and stuff like that. But anyways, out here today, figured the sun is out. I experimented with that little hard drive that I got, that the guy threw in with that GX620 Dell. And I found that it's a 400, at least it's listed as a 449 gigabyte laptop hard drive, SATA drive. And I bought this a few years ago on Amazon, I think it was. And you can plug your hard drives, with the power supply and the connectors and so forth to connect to your hard drive. This is the actual hard drive that the guy gave me. And I had this all connected. I don't remember exactly how it went now. Let's see, that's the USB end here. Yeah, I think that one in there. And yeah, then the power supply with the adapter goes in here. What I want to show you on this video is when you plug this in to the computer with this, I was able to format this. Apparently it had Windows XP on it, but I couldn't get it to do anything in my Windows 7 computer. And I had thought, well, geez, maybe I can drop this into the Optiplex, but the Optiplex won't power up. The Optiplex CD drive will eject, the fans will run, the power light's on in the front, but nothing shows up on the monitor whatsoever, completely, no signal whatsoever. So it's probably those bad caps, and we're going to get into that. We'll give you a little closer look at that on this video here. But what I want to do first is to plug this in and show you. Now what I did is I formatted this, and then I just dropped the folder in here as a backup, in other words. So in other words, it's formatted. But as far as trying to put an operating system on this, I don't know how to do that, because every time I put a disk in, like a Windows XP disk or a Windows 7 disk, it doesn't seem to work. Somehow you have to do something with this, partitions and stuff like that. I don't understand that stuff, and the only way I can do anything like that is to be step-by-step instructions. But I'm not going to worry about that now. I just want to show you this and what it's reading. I have never heard of a 449 gigabyte hard drive. I've heard of 500. It shows up as 480 some gigabytes after you format it. I'll show you on the computer screen what I'm talking about. Alright, I got this on a computer desk here, and I don't have my tripod with me. It's put back into the shed. So I had a little mini tripod that broke on me, so anyways, this is the unit that I showed you outside that you can connect SATA or IDE drives to it. It has the necessary connectors for that. So I'm going to hook this drive up and then plug this into the USB here of my computer. First of all, alright, I think this is the power cable. And this end goes out to the, no, it isn't the power cable. Data, I guess. I guess this big one's a power cable. Yeah, it is. Here it is here. So I'll unplug that in, and then we'll continue. I can hear, put this up to my ear, I can hear this hard drive spinning. So now, I don't want to lose this on the desk here. It's terrible. I got no room for anything. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, let's see if it allows me to get in there. Now, I got a folder of about 2 gigs of stuff called Bill's Downloads. I just put that in there. I need to put my face right up on top of the screen. The print is just too damn small. And I got this monitor set at 764 by 1028 or 1024, whatever the hell you call it. I don't know. Can't keep track of all these numbers. Okay. It's 449 gigabytes, but yet here it's 482 to, I can't read that, 235 I think, 235, 848, I don't know, but anyways, it says 449 here. I would think that this would be a 500 gigabyte hard drive. I got 2.42 gigs of stuff in there. That's this folder right here. Okay. So the hard drive works. So I formatted it, but yet if I was to put it in that Dell, which isn't going to work anyways, and tried to put an operating system in it, it wouldn't go. I would think it's already partitioned. I know nothing about this stuff, so I'm really showing you all my stupidity by talking about things I don't even understand. So anyways, at the very least, this hard drive here, if I had an enclosure for it, would be a good external hard drive. But it would also make a nice hard drive for a laptop if I ever acquire one, to put Windows 7 in, but I would have to have somebody do that for me because I can't put operating systems in. I fail every time because they need to have something done before they can put in partition and this and that, and I don't know how to do that. Years ago, when I had my Windows XP computer, my 2001 XP computer, I put a second hard drive in it, and I had a Maxtor. It's a Maxtor drive, M-A-X-T-O-R, and that had Max Blast or something like that. It stepped through and did all that partitioning thing and everything else for you. So I had no problem with that. But to just do it from the ground up, no. So anyways, I just wanted to show you that out of this deal, I thought I did pretty damn good to get this 449 gigabyte laptop SATA drive thrown in along with that $3 Dell GX620. Okay, we're going to try to remove that now. Eject USB to ATA/ATPI, whatever it is, bridge. My eyes are bad, so I'm probably reading wrong here. Okay, so now we can unplug this. And we got ourselves a good drive. Other than external hard drive, I can't use it for anything else, as I mentioned so many times. It would be nice if I can take and put this in my HP DV1000 laptop, which only has a 60 gig hard drive in it, Windows XP. But it's a little thicker drive than this, and I think it's an IDE anyway, so. But I wouldn't be able to transfer the Windows operating system into this. I mean, that would take a computer genius to do that. And, you know, computer shop, there's only one around the area, and he charges at least $80 to $120 to do this. It isn't worth it. Got to be rich. You either got to be a genius to work on these things, or you got to be rich to afford somebody, you know, to have somebody do it for you. All right, before I bring out the Optiplex, this is one of the items that I got with the little hard drive and the memory that I showed you in the yard sale video. After examination with magnifying glass, this is a battery from a Acer laptop. It's dated 2013. It's a it's 11.4 volts, 2520 milliampere hours. So it's a battery. I've never seen one like this before. It's apparently, if you look at it, it's in 3 sections here. And it's about, probably not even, maybe quite almost a 1/4 inch thick. And it looks like it's got a mounting screw here and it snaps in. So I don't know what obviously the guy must have junked a Acer laptop. Now when I put that mini hard drive into the computer, the description was Acer. So obviously came probably from this laptop, whatever model Acer this would go in, because I've got an Acer laptop. I got a 7-inch notebook and a Windows 10-inch XP gateway that's probably made by Acer, I think, that I paid $1 for at a yard sale, and it don't use any batteries, anything like this whatsoever. But anyways, I wanted to show you that. I have no idea it's not good or anything for me. I don't know if anybody out there would want it. Something like this I could ship out if it's not too far away. All right. So I don't know if you can see that. All right. Now, I was watching a YouTube video, a couple of them, on this particular model, and these caps get bulged because of the heating problem with the hard drive here and the fan, which I guess is in back here, blows through the processor, overheats everything. And some of the guys, one of the fellows, converted over to one of the mini hard drives like I just showed you, and mounted it in this area here, and did away with this, and added a fan in the back here. But because of my eyesight, I can't change the caps and stuff like that. But what I'm going to attempt to do is inspect this a little closer. And I got to get my reading glasses, and I got to get some small tools, and I'll see if I can remove this. Let's see how many more caps are bulged here. You know what really ticks me? It is disassembly of this computer. One of the YouTube channels I was watching, he did it in fast motion, and I can't see how he's removing things. I don't know what this does. Arrow shows going in. Maybe you got to do this. Oh, that's easy. It's a piece of cake. Alright. Well, that's easy enough. Alright. I have no idea what this is. The process is supposed to be in here. Now, I'm going to show you the specs on this that I got off of the internet right now on my video here. So take a look at the specs of this computer. 4.3 gigahertz processor. That's faster than anything I've got, and this computer's 10 years old. All the XP machines I've got, the highest I've got is 2.7 gigahertz. So this thing is much faster. But the only thing I don't know is how much memory this will support. That I don't know. So I'm going to look and see what memory chips are in here. If I can get it out, I've got to get this out first. Alright, and first things I want to do is remove this. So I'll lift this up, slide this out. That comes out easy. And you set that right over there. It's got plenty of ribbon cable and move this out of the way. And what I'm going to do now is to see how much memory is in here. Alright. Oh, this has only got 512. I can't read that with my I need a stronger magnifying glass. 512 1RX8 DDR2 533MH. It's PC2-4200U like an uncle. But anyways, it's only 512. So that means it's got 1 gig of RAM. And oh, now what slot did I... There's 4 slots here. I don't remember what slot. I think it was in the first one. It don't matter. The caps are bad in this thing anyways. I think I got it out of here. I didn't pay attention. Okay. Alright, it's 512. Let's see what this one is. 512. Alright. So it's, according to the specs, I think it's in. According to the specs, it only takes 1 gig of RAM. Doesn't seem to be plugging in too good, does it? Awful loose. It don't seem to plug in too good. It's hot on my back standing over here like this. No. Okay, I think, yeah. Okay. All right. Now, what I can see here is 1, 2, 3 bulges over here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bulges here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are okay as far as the looks are concerned. All right. But I wouldn't attempt to replace them because of my eyesight. But it don't look like it would be too difficult to get that board out, but I don't have a shop anymore or anything else. Okay, so if I wanted to use that little 449 gigabyte hard drive, the laptop, I guess this part would probably plug in to it, I think. I'm not sure. Then I would think, I don't know, maybe both of these would plug in there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get the cord out. I got plenty of cords. And I'm going to stick that, I'm going to try to put that hard drive, I'll just lay it in here. See if it ain't going to hurt it. See if I can get this in. But I'm not sure whether this will go in this way or this way, because these are too tiny. Way too tiny for me to see. They're all in an even row and I do not see any spaces in here. So, in other words, this can go on one of 2 ways. And that's a power plug, and that's very bad if you reverse polarity on that. This is the same way. They're all in a row. It's a little too small for me to see. Very dusty. Well, we're going to give it a try. I don't want to ruin the damn power supply, though. I mean, the hard drive, because it does work. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to try to do that. My luck, I'll reverse polarity this and ruin the hard drive. The hard drive works. So, I'm going to... This should power up if it was any good, even without a hard drive. It just should say no operating system. So, we're going to put this back in. And it's a little tricky getting in. I'm getting all these tree things coming down now. I thought we were going to avoid that this year, but obviously not. And like on some of these models, they have floppy drives, and one of the guys puts a floppy drive in that bay there. I mean, not a floppy. In with a floppy would normally go would be the laptop hard drive, removing it from this area so that you can get air through here. But this thing's got so much wrong with it that I'm not even going to worry about doing that. Let's see if I can get this in there. Not sure whether I'm supposed to lift this up to put it in or only to remove it. I have to play around with it. Oh, she went right in. A little loose, but she's in. She's in and she's flush on the other side here. I don't know if you can see that. All right, so I'm going to get a cord. I'll be right back with you. All right, I'm ready to fire it up. Now, I don't have a keyboard on it, I don't have a mouse on it, and I don't have a monitor. But it should still give some action. And actually it does. The CD-ROM ejects, and the fans run, and the power light lights up. When I had this in the house, there was no activity on the monitor whatsoever. Just a black screen, no signal. So we are going to hook this up now. Okay, if you look here, it's loaded with dust in here, loaded with it. Normally I blow these things out, but because it's got bad caps in here, I'm not even going to do that because it's not going to make it work anyways. All right, and we're ready to plug her in now. Fire in the hole. Okay, I just heard the fan come on and then shut off. Now that's what it did before I pushed the power button. Now I'm going to push the power button. Now the damn sun's coming out and it's drowning the light out, but there's a little green light right here. Right here. You may not be able to see that, but take my word for it. There's a green light here, and fan is going in the power supply. And maybe there's no fan here. Don't seem to be anything in here. I don't know if there's a fan in here or not, but there is nothing moving here. I don't feel any air. There's a fan here running. Now, eject, the CD ejects, which tells me maybe the power supply is good. We don't know the condition of the caps in the power supply. And I don't want to remove this because I don't know if there's heatsink compound underneath of this or not. But I can tell you that there's nothing on the monitor screen when I plug in a monitor. Unfortunately, I don't have another monitor unless I rob the one off from my security camera and bring it out here. But all you're going to see is a black screen with no signal coming in. Okay, so let's shut it off. Okay, it's shut off. I had to hold the button in about 10 seconds. And there's a green LED down in there. Maybe out of focus, but down in there, that's on. Even though I turned the power off, and matter of fact, there's still this is still lit. No fan going. Don't seem to be warm, but they're already blown out and dried out anyways. So, anyways, that little green LED is still lit there. And then, so I guess it's going to be lit until I pull the power on that. Yep, now she's out. All right. So I just wanted to give you a little update on that. The weight is 30 pounds. That's probably with obviously with the big hard drive in it. That's what the specifications list. That's pretty heavy for a computer of this size, so I was hoping that it would have the hard drive in it. But I'm going to end it with this now, and I just figured I'd give you a little more update on it, that it does need a lot of work that I physically cannot do for obvious reasons that I've mentioned before. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. I just figured I'd just give you something to entertain you on this Sunday afternoon. Take care, everybody.